after I have brushed my hair, I think a hat might be in order from here on out. Milkman is just coming off his 30. He took it in eastern Arkansas, somewhere east of Little Rock. Okay. Just past Little Rock, he says. And so we are still on our way from Modesto, California to Villa-Rica, Georgia. All right, so we're 465 miles away from our delivery, and we need to be there tomorrow early. I'm not sure. Tomorrow morning is our appointment time, and so we're doing great. All right, it's time for us to switch. We're at a Love's truck stop, so we're gonna get some fuel. Do you want to tell the rest of the plan?
We're gonna get gasoline. It looks very busy. We got to get gasoline for our generator.
Okay.
And then we're gonna scooch along, and we're gonna get a place out in Alabama on the side of the road, so we don't get trapped in. If we stay here, we got to be there early in the morning. A lot of times the guys come at night and just fill the place up, and you can't get out of a truck stop. That's the problem with being in a truck stop. So.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, yeah,
wholeheartedly.
It's a real problem.
Parking is a real issue in trucking. They have all these nice wide like on-ramps, and so many states will put, you know, a ton of no parking signs, or they'll put like those little plastic poles that don't really keep you out, but they make it clear that they don't want you parking here. And luckily for us, we knew that here in Alabama that wasn't the case. On the 22, they allow us still to park. They've made all of the on-ramps and off-ramps really super wide, and they still allow us to park here. So the thing is that we have to park somewhere, and they have intentionally completely flooded the market with truck drivers. They really incentivize people to get into trucking. They actively recruit people from foreign countries and give people from foreign countries non-domicile licenses, which means that they're not really, they don't live here, they're not really residents here, but they give them a commercial driver's license because it makes the freight cheaper because there's too many drivers on the road. Where are all those drivers that don't have enough loads to haul? Well, we're out here parked somewhere, and they didn't do anything to increase the parking. So, and what they're doing is they are actively making it harder for us to park by coning off these on-ramps that are super, super wide. Sometimes car drivers do run into a truck that's parked on the side of an on-ramp. But the fact of the matter is that that's not, I mean, we could be parked on the side of the road and they could run into us, and in a perfectly legal spot. So it's not really our fault that some four-wheeler can't see a big rig parked on the side of the road, and that they're driving in a lane that's not meant to be driven in. So that's my rant for the day. But in the meantime, here in Alabama, they still allow us to park. I don't mean to rant. I do want everybody to be safe, and of course, in more congested areas, usually the ramps aren't even wide enough. And of course, we're completely against people stopping. We see them all the time, stopped on the side of the interstate with us going by them at 70 miles an hour. Some states like 80, 85 miles an hour. And these guys are stopped in the next lane, and they get out, to take a pit stop. And so yeah, but this is an on-ramp. They just made a turn from a road, so they shouldn't be going that fast. And you're getting onto an interstate. You should be paying attention to your driving. And we need places to park. So if all these states and all these people think it's really, really unsafe for us to park on the side of an off-ramp, then they need to make way more rest areas or just truck parking areas. We don't need facilities. We just need a place to park. And so we just basically need a place that's going to be safe and legal and not fill up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's my rant. Anyway, since we've got stuff in here that could conceivably get stolen, we need to put a lock on. Oh no, their stupid thing. There we go, we got it. The seal is still on and the lock is on. We've got this extra fancy little thing. Most doors don't have something like this, where we could actually put a lock here, and that way if the seal here takes up too much space, we could lock it here. But the problem is that this lock that we have is not long enough. You can see that we only need a little bit of space here, but this one requires a lot more space. Our lock's not long enough. We need to get a really thick, nice thick lock like this, but just with a longer shaft. And once we do that, we'll be able to use this, and instead of kind of trying to smush it in with the seal here. All right, Milkman has gotten the generator going. And he turned off the engine. So we're gonna be nice and cool.
You do an excellent job at finding us a great spot to stay for the night. An excellent job for getting gas for the generator, so we're able to use our
air conditioner. So
Thank you. And thank you, my love, for setting up the generator and for getting it nice and cool in here. And for having the idea of this whole setup anyway, because as we all know, in warmer weather, the APU just doesn't cut it.
Right.
Milkman says there are fireflies. Oh my gosh. I don't know if the camera is capturing them.
lights shining.
Yeah, that's them. That's fireflies.
Okay. Also, is spiders known to be around these parts?
I don't know.
They're also over there.
Whoa.
Look where I'm pointing.
I saw him over there too. Wow. Oh my gosh. So cool. No way. Whoa. Whoa. So cool.
Here.
My gosh. Very cool.
I can even hear crickets.
Whoa. We don't have fireflies in the West. So seeing fireflies is a real treat for us. Wow, that is so cool. Whoa. I almost don't want to stop filming because I feel like it's just so cool. All right. So I did a sign off before, but then we had some fireflies and that was so cool. We're still here on the on-ramp in northern Alabama and Milkman just woke up. He's been sleeping all afternoon and he is ready to get going over to the place where we're gonna deliver. That will be on our next video. And so we will sign off for tonight and we will catch you next time.